What does the urge feel like? Because urge in the neck, like, could mean so many things.
It's a bit like...
That it's not possible for them to just will it to stop.
Whoa. Wait, what?
Is it possible that if it's proper Tourette's compared to...
I think it's definitely like a personal... Whoa.
Personal preference?
Wow. Personal preference, yeah.
What is the tiredness like? Is it, like, if you were to compare it to an activity that other people have done and they feel exhausted at the end of, is there a comparison you can do? You just choose which one and they choose that one. Okay.
Wow.
What are some of the misconceptions and stereotypes that exist around Tourette's? Because I imagine there aren't that many around FMD because most people don't even know what it is.
Yeah.
But everyone kind of just thinks, oh, Tourette's is like the one where you just swear or punch people, right?
Yeah. Like some days I could hardly take a tool. And it'd be very unnoticeable pretty much. It would just be like little things like whistling, saying wow. Any actual strong emotion makes my tics worse. So if I get really, really like excited and nervous, I'll start ticking a lot more. So I hear what I've ticked, wow, tits, the exact same time that you do.
Like that?
Yeah.
Once you developed that aspect of the Tourette's, what was it like to get this development? Because you said it's something you were dreading, that it was the one thing you didn't get, and you did.
Yeah.
Because the idea of, I'm saying these things, but I don't mean it, and I'm not intending to say it. Mm-hmm. I would imagine that the journey you would have gone down, personally, would have been completely different if she wasn't there.
100%. Yeah.
How... The thing that interests me,
wow.
I mean, amongst everything.
Yeah.
Because you've got FMD and the Tourette's.
Yeah.
What came first? How did they distinguish between the two? Because there's a big overlap with the symptoms.
So for me, ticking obviously first started. First person, it's quite difficult for them to distinguish the difference. Wow. And for tic-wise, there's a big difference between FND tics and Tourette tics.
Okay. So, actually, before moving on, is there any specific medication or drugs that exist for something like this? Or is it all just CBT and... I had a friend, I would assume different medications have different effects.
Wow.
Just as a reference, when you tic, would you rather I pause? Like, do you still hear what people say?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So it's all good.
I had a friend once, I would imagine antipsychotics, because that's where I met you the first time, in the gym that we were at. I didn't know you had Tourette's or anything neurological until you explicitly said it.
Yeah.
And even then, most of the people that talk to you now in the gym do not know you have it, because obviously it's suppressed a lot more in the gym.
Yeah.
Has the level of calmness like developed and increased in the gym as you've been going to the gym longer, or as soon as you started it, it's like, oh, that's good, that's really nice.
Wow.
Have your fitness goals evolved? No. Have your conditions played a part in your fitness goals? So is there, because fitness is a broad topic.
Yeah.
And because of the goals that you want, whether it's aesthetics or strength.
You cunt. That's it. So until I get down on the floor, and sometimes she actually knows before, wow, fuck off, before I do, that I'm gonna have a fit.
I don't mean this as an insensitive question
No,
at
it's
all.
fine.
This is purely just, I'm curious, so I don't mean to be ignorant.
Wow.
Have you ever used an absent seizure as a reason to get out of something?
Like what?
Have you ever had any tics that they're not nice to feel, but any tics where the words were actually nice? Like you were just saying nice things randomly to people?
Yeah, all the time. Sometimes certain tics can be really like satisfying, which can be quite like a nice feeling.
Like what?
That one, I love that. It's just like...
Just feels nice.
Because you have that urge, and then when you tick it, because it's quite like a gentle tick. Whoa. Or...
We've talked a bit about the literal mental stuff you've had to do.
Tips.
Talk a little bit about the we've touched on it, but the emotional side of everything that's been... What does it feel like to look back on those 2 years of hospitalization? Do you feel like it was a different life, different person?
And it is actually such a nice day. Like, I look forward to every month, but woo!
Has there ever been a kid or an adult or anyone else? Not dogs, just people. Has there ever been anyone that you've met of whatever age? Because it is a Tourette support group, so I imagine on some level you identify with them all.
Yeah.
Has there ever been someone that you met and you just immediately thought like they are a mirror of you? Like you saw yourself completely in them, or you saw...
autism spectrum disorder. Yeah.
I would imagine that the energy in the room, or wherever you run it, is a very nice one.
But yeah, that's it. I think tits, well, cool. Tits, well, cool. Yeah, I think
Tits are
sometimes
cool.
I can't be as present.
It's also a good way to filter out the ones that you don't need in your life.
Yeah.
Because if something like me cancelling because I'm having a fit, or I'm bedridden, or I'm in hospital, something like that that leads to me cancelling plans, makes you upset with me, I don't want you as a friend.
I don't need you. Yeah.
Okay. Is there anything...
People with Tourette's often do.
What about the things that are not in public? So let's say you wake up, getting ready to go to school or to uni one day.
Cooking, getting dressed. Literally really simple, mundane thing. Brushing your teeth. Well, I'm in the house for the day.
Are there any daily practices that you do or stuff in the house that is purely for safety, like safety measures, kind of like baby proofing but Tourette proofing?
Things get difficult. Yeah.
Shifting a little bit towards representation, because a lot of the stereotypes that exist are just because of how it's represented, and people just don't know much about it.
Yeah.
I'm assuming you know about Sweet Anita.
Posts them and talks about Tourette's, yeah.
Because it looks like she has similar tic habits to what you do.
Yeah. Whoa.
There was this is before your time, do you know Smosh? Do you know who they are?
No.
Smosh was like when YouTube first started to exist.
Cool.
Which is the first time I felt old
tits.
on my podcast ever. Smosh were like one of the original creators that ever went viral. And it was just these two dudes, Anthony and Ian, I think. And they just made silly, dumb, entertaining videos. Like fast forward a decade or two, he's now interviewing people, Anthony. And his approach is very nice.
Tits.
And he did one with Sweet Anita.
Yeah.
I didn't even really know that much about Tourette's.
Those are all the videos that go viral because that's what people want to see, I guess. But like, there's never finger licking good. People never like actually show.
I think to eat more KFC.
I don't really like KFC.
Finger licking good. That's their slogan.
Finger licking good. Tits. Well.